Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to give you a demonstration of a sport that really is growing very, very fast indeed. Trail runners are actually making their very first appearance at Crufts, and they are going to demonstrate about keeping fit both dog and handler, and at the same time what they can do in relay races. And this is an organisation that really is on the move. And believe me, these handlers are very fit. So delighted to welcome Nikki Hutchinson. Nikki coming out to take us through, ladies and gentlemen, Trail Runners. Nikki Hutchinson.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is going to be a Canicross Trail Runners demonstration of Canicross, which is essentially the sport of running off-road attached to your dog or dogs. Normally it's one dog, sometimes it's two. Some people have been known to run with four, but that's a little bit suicidal. Today we've got two teams who've come from all corners of the country to compete against each other in a relay race. And there'll be about 12 runners and a similar amount of dogs, and we'll be doing 3 races. And we can hopefully show you just how brilliant, exciting and fun running with your dog can be. The preparation for Canicross, often we just run out with our dogs, but it's vital that actually some preparation, as with human athletes, is taken so to prevent injury to both human and, of course, more importantly, your dog. I have with me Claire Holmes from Gale and Myotherapy, who is going to take us through the preparation prior to sprinting off into the wide blue yonder. So Claire, can you tell us how we're going to prepare for this race?
Thank you. Initially, we're going to start with a dynamic warm-up. This is going to consist of a gentle stride pattern where the dogs are going to walk in a straight line. When we're all in. So the dynamic part is we're going to just enhance the balance, flexibility of the dog. We can start with a gentle jog in a straight line for about 20 seconds. Some dogs are a little bit more excited than others, so that's giving us an assessment of how we're going to prepare the dogs before they work. So we're all in, a bit of a gentle jog, just to get the stride going. Start to warm up those muscle groups. So we've got all different breeds and sizes of dogs here. It's essential that their muscles are all properly ready. They're in proper physiological and psychological state to prepare for their work. So we're mentally and physically preparing, ready for their run today. Okay, dogs and handlers, we're going to start a gentle jog for about 20 seconds. We want the back legs to be tracking up nicely into the fore. Some gentle jogging. And now we're going to start some shapes. So if we could do an M shape. We want some dynamic shapes going on to help with flexibility and balance. We want the dogs to be moving from side to side, twisting through the trunk. And that's going to enable proprioception, spatial awareness, flexibility. So some of the dogs now are preparing towards some of our therapists here. They're all licensed practitioners with Garland, and we're going to start to perform the actual hands-on side of the warm-up. Just getting to know the dogs first, and this is going to help prepare the dog physically again into the warm-up. So we're going to start with some gentle effleurage.
What's effleurage?
It's an initial stroke that's going to say hello. It's going to tell the dog what's going to actually be happening. When the handler does it, if they do their own pre-event, it's also a bonding experience, and it's we're telling the dogs now something's going to happen. We're preparing for work. We're stimulating the blood flow and going to make sure that the dog's muscles are getting the appropriate fuel in order for them to perform. So remembering to go down each side of the dog. Major muscle groups in the fore and hind limbs, along the longissimus, along the back of the dog. We need the back of the dog to be good, to be able to lift up, to let those hind legs come through for a very good stride. So already the dogs are just looking relaxed, aren't they? But they're getting ready for work.
Do you find that most dogs enjoy it, or what happens if the dog really doesn't want to be touched, say if it's hurt or injured?
We get to know, we always work very gently with the dog, and we work within the dog's own parameters, so we never use any restraint or force. This is purely working with the dog, getting to know the handler too, so that they can give us the appropriate feedback. We're always watching for the dog's feedback to tell us how they're associating with what we're doing to us. So now that the therapists are working a bit deeper, stimulating those deeper muscles, getting the blood flow, circulation going. And I'm seeing a bit of tap open hands doing at the end there, really toning, getting the blood flow up. But as you can see, it's all happening on the major muscle groups. We wouldn't be doing this over the bony parts of the body, over the spine. This is actually happening on the main muscle groups. Some dogs are keen, and we're also assessing how each dog's individually. As you can see, the German Shepherd, he's quite keen to go. The other dogs maybe not, so we're going to encourage a brisk pre-event, again, to encourage readiness for the work they're going to do. We may see a bit of passive movement now. Now, passive movement is very different to stretching. We would not stretch before an event. Stretching could only go to influence damage to the muscle groups. Passive movement is different because it's only working within the dog's own natural range of motion. We're not taking it beyond any natural range of motion. We're preparing the nerves, the muscles, the tendons and ligaments for the work they're going to do. So it's awakening the body and the joints to what work they're going to do. So I think we've just about warmed everybody up, and I'll pass you back.
Thank you very much, Claire. Right, if the teams would now like to get ready. I think we're ready for a run, are we? We ready to go? So if the teams would like to line up. Of course, this is quite an alien environment for off-road running. It's not exactly off-road, so it's a bit strange for some of the dogs. Normally, Canicross is done on trails or on grass, on woodland paths. It's a little bit harsh to run at speed and fast on tarmac or concrete. It's very hard on the dog's pads and joints, as it is on the human's joints, and it can be quite punishing. So you're probably, if you did a lot of road running, you might end up being treated by Garland myotherapy. So that's why we tend to run primarily on soft trails that's kinder on the dogs. How are we doing, everybody? As you can see, the dogs are very excited. They love all the company with the other dogs, and they get very excited. Canicross is a great physical outlet for your dog. A lot of dogs stuck at home, not getting enough activity. This really exercises your dog. And it's not just sort of letting him off the lead and roaming around, but you're actually involved actively with your dog, and you're working as part of a team. Canicross has its own commands, believe it or not. Hike on is, we borrowed a lot from the mushing term. Hike on means run fast as you can go. Then there are actual terms for right and left. The official right is G, which again is a mushing husky term for right, and then haw for left. On by means go past any distraction, and the one which doesn't always work is whoa. I'd like to see that in action today, but I don't know whether we will, especially if there are any sort of passing deer or sheep or squirrels. But mostly when the dogs are running in a situation with other dogs, they're usually very focused. So with the commands and having to concentrate on the terrain, Canicross is a real all-round activity. So using the brain to listen to what you want them to do, and also obviously the physical side of things. So are we ready to go? Yeah? Right. So, team's ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go! And we've got Ian Littlewood with Ava, a Malinois, who's been racing for a few years, and Chris Hawkins with Maya. Maya's a very popular runner with the Forest of Dean Canicrossers. John and Otto. Otto's run thousands of miles for charity, and John has raised thousands of pounds for charity as well. And here's Jackie with Ripley. Our dogs have lots of other interests. Many of these dogs are agility dogs. Ripley, who you've just seen, joined the local hunt just recently. And here's Kai with Adam Newson. Kai likes, apparently, walking on windowsills and worktops. And here's Rowan. And he's with Roma, or Albra, I'm not quite sure which. Well done, Rowan, well done. And is Angela with Dylan. Angela has a very old dog, and so she runs with other dogs, and that's quite a useful way. If you know of a dog that's not very active, you could take it out canicrossing. Here's Maisie with Fee. Fee runs a grooming parlour in Cheltenham, which apparently Maisie mainly runs, or thinks she does. David with Ellie, who'll be showing us a bite yoring demonstration later. Casca with the yellow Labrador, Pluto. Pluto loves all dogs. He's particularly fond of spaniels. But he just loves it. And here's Claire and Nye with the Welsh Springer Spaniel. Claire's, I think, the only runner from Wales. Claire views Nye as her personal trainer. Hi, Con, Nye. Hi, Con, this way. Another Labradoodle over there with Charlotte O'Kines. Miko's been running for a couple of years. Miko got third in the Iceman a couple of weeks ago. Here's Jenny with Beagle Tiger. They've won loads of events. Jenny was an international professional runner before she had a car accident. And now she's winning lots of things with Tiger in the sport of canicross. There are races everywhere across the country to take part in, or you can just do it for fun. You can run with clubs. There are plenty of clubs springing up around the country, and it's a great way to get your dog to meet other like-minded dogs and to talk dog with other people. Oh, here's Rowan Saxton with his Kelpie. I think it's him that likes going in the dishwasher. Hey, the blue team have won! Hey. Don't worry, it's the first heat. Well done, everybody. So we're going to go again. Oh, Kate's still got to go. This is Kate Huggins with her two Akitas, who are getting very excited. One wants to go in front of the other. Kate has completed a lot of ultra marathons and half marathons. Some of these dogs here today are real athletes. John with the Husky, Otto, has completed thousands of miles with Otto. He's done really well. But you can just do 5 kilometres, 10 kilometres, or you can do something called Canny Marsh if you want to get starting, which is just simply walking attached to your dog. Not that any of these dogs will do that here today. Okay, are we ready to go again? So, this is round 2. Oh, there's been some cheating, has there? Okay, so we're going to start off with Ian and Ava and Chris and Maya again. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Hike on, dogs, hike on. The dogs get really excited, but once they know they're working, they just go. They're very excited by the distractions, of course, here today. Here's Otto, a real star. Best 300 that John has ever spent, apparently. And you can see you don't have to have a big athletic dog. This is Amy Trollope with Sky, the little Cocker Spaniel. Cockers do great at Canicross, absolutely brilliantly, really keen. We have quite a few in our club. Well done, Amy. Well done, Kai. Beautiful Kai. There's Poppy and Pepper. Poppy was rescued from Spain. She'd been used for coursing and wasn't very good off lead because she was so used to hunting. So Canicross is great for those dogs who can't be let off lead, and you can still give them the exercise. This is Louise and Shika. Shika's a noble dog of the north, Siberian Husky, but apparently likes nothing more than sleeping under the duvet. That's Dylan, Labradoodle. It's David and Ellie, and Maisie again. And this is Hannah Barrow and either Roma or Alba. One of them's a true Hungarian visitor all the way from Budapest. Visitors, of course, very athletic dogs. Well done, girls, well done. Keep going. Next up is Jackie Wins and JJ. Jackie was a runner and hadn't really thought about running with her dog, but we met her, and she's an active member of the local athletic club, and as a result she started running with us as well as her athletic club. Here's Sarah with her Labrador, who's more interested in playing. And here's Karen. Karen only took up running with her 2 Belgian Shepherds about 4 years ago. She dropped 4 dress sizes and lost about 4 stone, I think. And her dogs are really awesome. They do obedience and agility. And I think one of her dogs likes hiding underwear under the dining room table. Lloyd Clark with his 2 Fox Terriers. Lloyd's written a book about his experiences with his Fox Terriers out in Switzerland, so you may want to look that up. There's Evita with German Shepherd, Khaleesi. Khaleesi's only been running. When Evita got her pads were they were soft as like a puppy's because they hadn't exercised her. And we do find that a lot of dogs have been given up because of behaviour problems, because they haven't been exercised properly. And I think they must breathe a sigh of relief when they come to a Canicross's home. Oh, we got an accident. Hey, well done, well recovered. Oh dear, we've got a button problem here with the Akitas. I knew it was a mistake. Well done, Kate. So who won that? Sorry, I was miles away. Blue team again. Right, well done. So it's 2-0. So we've got to get our pride back on the white team. So we've got to really, really go for it now. In all of this, we're not making the dogs run. We're making sure that the dogs are as happy as can be. So if anybody sort of says, oh, it's a bit cruel, isn't it? You can see that the dogs really enjoy it and they love being with you and bond. It's a great bonding activity for you and your dogs. So final round, round 3. Off we go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hike on! Very important that your dogs wear the right kit. A harness that allows freedom of movement around the neck. Obviously, we don't want to be restricting windpipes and breathing. It's important they can breathe. Harness that doesn't interfere with their ribs, so that, again, that the ribs can expand. And then a bungee line attached to a waist belt, hello Ripley, so that if the dog were to pull suddenly, they're not going to get an injury and you're not going to hurt your back. There are various styles of waist belts, either hip or waist, and it's personal preference. It's very important that your dogs have a well-fitted harness so to reduce injury. Come on, Dylan. Come on, boy. Good boy. But it's not an expensive sport once you've got the basic kit. Oh! Go, David. Oh, this might be a case of White's clawing back. He's lost his way. Come on, David, you're going to be biking in a minute. How are we doing? Come on, Whites, come on. Of course, as well, if possible, you need to keep your line nice and tight. That way you're not going to have to be able to trip up, and you're not going to sort of get tangled up. It's a little bit different here today because it's a different environment for the dogs. But normally they're very, very well behaved. It's quite good for mildly dog-shy dogs to get used to other dogs because usually the dogs are busy working. To get your dog to pull out in front is often great running with other dogs as well. And they tend to want to follow, and so you can then start to train the hike command of going out in front. Here's Sarah with her Labrador. Well done, Sarah. And Jenny very, very fast. There's a big, Canicross is quite big across Europe and in America. A lot of the runners here today compete in the European Championships, which was actually held here in England last year. The premium event is in the French Alps. It's called the Trophée des Montagnes. And Kushla, who's at the end there, she won the ladies' championship last year. And we've got quite a few runners representing England in the TDM, the Trophée des Montagnes. It's a grueling 9-day race, so the dogs are racing every day for 9 days, uphill and down dale. So it's a real achievement that we've had places. We've also got Rowan here, who's just come in with his Kelpie. He was the junior champion last year, and he's going back to withhold his title. Uphold, I should say. Is this the last Whites in? Come on, Kate! Come on, Tokalashi! Yay! Yay! Well done! Well done. Well done to all the teams. As you can see, it's quite a lot of fun. We're not taking it seriously. Thank you to Jane and Mandy who were passing the batons. We didn't want the dogs to come in head on head with all the excitement. Jane and Mandy also compete in France, so they've just given up their dogs for today to help out with the organisation, so thank you for that. So I hope we've inspired you with the sport of Canicross. If you want more information, then go to the Canicross Trailrunners organisation website and find out about a local club near you. If you want advice, everybody's very, very friendly. It's a new sport and it's a developing sport. We want it to develop safely and happily, which is why we're working with other professionals such as Garland to make sure that our dogs are kept safe and happy. So we're just going to have a little bit of a warm down now, I think. Thank you to everybody who's come here today. We're going to follow this shortly with a demonstration of bike yawing, and that's even faster still. So I don't think it's ever been done before in the history of Crufts. David Corizan is just getting kitted out, and so we'll see something that's really fast and furious. So well done to all the teams. Well done, Miko. Good girl. People have come to Canicross for different reasons. Runners who want to exercise with their dog. It's great for women who are running on their own to have the company of a dog for protection. It gives you a feeling of security. People use it to keep fit. As I think Jenny, who unfortunately couldn't run today, said, it means you can eat more cake, which I'm all for. It's very good for teaching commands. Chris Hawkins with Maya said the golden rule of Canicross, when doing an emergency stop, always make sure that you're going the same side of the tree as your dog. So it's a really good workout, and it's gentle for the runner and for your dog. Right, we're just, how's it going over there? All right. Right, this is David Corizan and Ellie. Ellie was thrown out of a car about the age of 2, I think. She had mange and she was very emaciated. I think it was in Ireland. And David and Jan took her on. And as you can see now, she's a very, very good dog, a very good running partner and a bite luring partner. Obviously, it's very important with bite luring to keep the dog safe. The front bayonet is so that if your dog does pull out on the side, it's not going to suddenly yank you off your feet. Obviously, Ellie's a little bit intimidated by the atmosphere, but normally she'd be right out in front. And obviously, keeping your line nice and tense is going to be the key to this, so that you don't run over your dog and that your dog feels secure as well. She's normally very, very good. Good girl, Ellie, good girl. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Well done. Thank you very much, David. If we can have a big round of applause, please, for the Canicross Trail Runners, for Garland, and for all the dogs who inspire us every day with their enthusiasm, delight, and fun with Canicross. Thank you.